Morning. Gordon, I thought I'd beat the crowds today because it's forecast to be a lot of people on the beach today. As you can see, look, they're all making sandcastles. If you've clicked on this, thanks for clicking on it. Enjoy the view. If you don't enjoy the view, thanks for the view. And if you like, subscribe. What a morning. It's 5:27 AM on the 23rd of July. And I slept in my van, had a great night's sleep. Could have probably had an extra half hour skip actually, but I didn't. But yeah, I figured that I won't catch the sunrise today, so I had a bit more of a lie-in, but I just kept snoozing it. So. But yeah, we're here today. It's going to be an absolutely glorious day. But I don't know how much colour's in the water. I don't think there's a lot. And that's what we need, a bit of colour. I've got two rods. I've got a Kenzaki and I've got my leader Icon paired up with Fathom 12s, SD2s they are, with the magnets. Got my box and my rigs, got bacon sandwiches and got all sorts really, but a bit hungry at the minute, feeling a little bit sicky because I'm a bit hungry, but I'll have something to eat in a minute. But yeah, what are we fishing for today? Well, hopefully another lump of a hound. That would be fantastic. Yeah, let's just hope. I can only dream. I think that was £13 and a bit. I've seen plenty of others. The majority of people say it was around that mark. She was fat as anything, that hound, so it must have been full of pups. Its belly, couldn't get my hands round it. Both hands, I could not get round it. I needed someone else's hands to get round it as well. In the picture, because Numpty here was not facing into the light with the camera in front. Yeah, weren't the best of pictures, but it was a big hound. But what a beautiful day. So, cut for the credits. Check the magnets on both them reels because that nearly snapped off and it was only a throw out. Got the wind blowing into my face, you see. It's coming in from over there, so that weight would have hit and the reel would have still been spinning at quite a bit of knots. But yeah, that was a cheeky chuck. No, I shouldn't do it, but I put squid heads on, and every time I cast out off the ground with squid heads, they fly off. So I just did a little gentle chuck. Let's get that ray. Let's beat the blank. Now then, let's get a big bait on this for an hound. Hound. Not an hound, don't we? Smooth hound. Less of that crap we're talking. Oh, just nice being there. It's quite nice being there today. I'm going to have to take this kilt off because I'm getting hot. And yes, I'm on my own on the beach, but I shan't be on my own for long, I'll tell you. Because Shane's coming with Scott. So I'll get Scott rock up 2 foot away from me, nick all me fish. But now, Shane's coming here for 7 o'clock, so I thought I'll get a couple of hours fishing on my own. But I know for a fact that Mr. Begbie will be here sooner than that because he just can't help himself. He's like a kid at Christmas. there's Christmas present. I bet you Joe has to hide all the presents. If he doesn't know what he's getting, he'll be hunting for it and undoing it and rewrapping it. So I think, and we'll see, I think Shane will be down on this beach before 7 o'clock. It is now 5:39. We will see, won't we? He reckon he's rocking up there at 7. By the time he gets down there, it'll be 7:30. And so shouldn't see him until then. I don't even know if there's any room for him to fish on the beach, to be honest. Because it's a bit rammed. But there, we'll wait and see. But I bet you he gets there sooner. So that last video you watched, pointless me saying this, I've got 2 videos in the bank. This will be the 3rd. From the big hound. I don't want to get too many in front. Not that people moan that I'm got too many videos in front and it's not current, which is a load of bull, really. Because once you leave the beach, it's old news, isn't it? Phone's just gone. I expect that's Shane at the top. He'll be eating away at him, he'll be wanting to get to the beach. I know there's a lot of subscribers like us fishing together. Either 2 of us or 3 with Scott. All 3 of us or just 2. But sometimes it's quite nice just to have a session on your own, because fishing's all about getting out there, clearing your head, and it's now spitting again. Clearing your head. And as nice as it is to fish with your mates and have a laugh, because we do have a laugh, sometimes you need a session on your own. Shane's had, well, he hasn't had sessions on his own, but he's been out on his own, but met up with others. But it's just nice to have a session on your own and clear your head. As much as it is nice to fish with other people, you know. Right, that's a clomp-omping bait, that is. I must have picked the biggest squid out of the pack. Look there, look. There we have it, 1 squid, left the dangly bits on for an attractant. I might take Shane in a minute and say I've got an hound. Well, rain over there. Rain over there. It was forecasting rain for 2 hours. But wife said it ain't, but it's rain over there. I've had it spitting on me up to now, so you never know, do you? There's going to be no sunrise. Sun has risen. It is daylight now. It might not show it, but it is. But 2 rods out. I've got one with a big squid on it, and it is a honking squid. So let's hope we get a good fish. It went straight. First cast went straight. Now I've been practicing my casting, and what I believe I was doing after talking to Alan was my arms were swinging around and there was no contact with my body, so they were like a separate item that was just doing their own thing. So I'm hoping that I'm now keeping them connected with my chest, so as I swing round with my body, my chest is going into the cast as well. But I just need to get this directional thing going, and if that's the case, I've sorted it. Now, you would have seen me put the weight down and then I actually moved my feet, so for feeling the feel that I was feeling in the garden with my stick. So we'll see how it goes today. It's daylight, I can cast all the time. Got 2 multipliers this week, whereas last week I had my auger rod with a fixed wheel reel, so we can concentrate on it. I'm going to put a fucking great line in the sand saying Scott no further, and the line in the sand that way for Shane or whatever. What's this over here? I'm only joking, but he ain't getting too close. You haven't smelt them, have you? But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. I've sent pictures to Shane, so he's all excited, so I don't think he's on his way yet. I'll eat my hat. I'll eat my hat if he don't get it. If he turns up at 7:30, I'll eat my hat. That's what I'll do. Right, so we want some fish now, don't we? We've got some rollers coming in. Yeah, definitely rain over there. But what's that on? Yeah, that's alright. Yeah, the last 3 videos, well, you'd have seen 2 more since then, but the video that I caught my lump of an hound in, I had the lens zoomed in, which was from when we were at Whitehaven, and I zoomed in on the sunset. I think I've mentioned this before, but that's no different for me. I always repeat myself. But yeah, what a thing to do. And with everything else on this GoPro, every time I strike this GoPro up, because every GoPro's different, they're bloody pain in the arse at times, you have to reset everything. Like, you have to set the date, you have to set the time, you know. But if you zoom out on it, something and don't zoom back in, it stays there. What's all that about? Camera's got mind of its own. We're getting taken over by machines and computers. That's what it is. I don't believe it. That is either. I don't believe it. Is that a wave or is that a fish? Fish. I don't believe it. First cast, I've got a slack liner. Well, I had a fish on that. That was bent over, and it then stopped moving, and I was pulling against it, and then it went, and let's get it back out again. Can't believe that. Did it again. Right, well, I'll give you a break from the excitement at the minute, and I'll turn you off, because I'm going to have a bit of a sausage roll, and at the minute, I mean, it could be a blinder, couldn't it? Anyhow, I've got to get some food eaten before Shane gets down, or else that'll all go. And then he'll just hog a piccalilli, won't he? As he always does. Right, start to spit. I'm going to put my coat on. See you in a bit. Reel this casting on the flapper rig and see if we've got anything on it. I don't think I have. Well, if I can find it to fall on it, I will do, won't I? Bloody hell. It just comes back. Right, so still got the squid heads on, so the cast did good. So I'm not going to rebait that. I'm going to put worm on now and tip it off with squid. It's all defrosted now, so I'll bring you back. Well, do you want to see that? I might show you this one. It's nothing really, is it? Beautiful worms these. Can't get them anymore either. Well, I'm surprised Shane isn't here yet. I spoke to him on the phone. I thought he'd be here. It's absolutely beautiful, mate. You should be here now. Mind you, you've just missed the shower. Right, got that. I've got a tip for you. If it's going to rain, put your towel back in your box to keep it dry. Don't leave it out, because you end up with a towel that don't dry your hands. But it's lucky I've got 2 other towels, but if it carries on like this all day, I'll not have any towels, will I? Right now, and it's going to be a gentle chuck out again. I only want a ray. There's rays out there, I can see them. Back again. I only was over at the tripod. If you wondered, Christ, where's Vern as he fell in the water now, I was at my tripod. Nothing fell off the hooks, that's good, isn't it? I'm enjoying today. Yeah, so we're fishing, aren't we? They fell off. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? I don't know what it'll be like when them two reprobates get here. But yeah, nothing yet. I had that first bite, and it was a bite. And I'd hooked into something because the rod, I've never had that Kanzaki bent over so much, to be honest. And then it just come free. And it could have just been a ray, couldn't it? And it could have had hold of the head of the squid. I don't know. The rig was spun up, put it that way. You saw me holding it out so it would unspin, so it wouldn't coil up like a corkscrew, so something was on it. But there you go, that's what happens, isn't it? Right, we've got lugworm and squid on that flapper rig now. That always seems to work. Combination bait. We'll see what happens. Hopefully something will happen. Hopefully we'll catch some fish. It is, don't think I've told you, it's high water at 1:30ish. The tide is still going out actually. That's at Bridlington, so it'll be a little bit different there. Time is what? 6:52, so we're coming up to the bottom of low now, but it's still going out. Quite a large low water today, I think it's over 2 meters, might even be 2.3. So you're fishing a long time in water. It isn't that far away, is it, really? It's gone out, it's probably gone out another 3 meters, but still got water in front of me, still got colour. Hopefully that's the rain gone now. There is still rain over there, all the way, look, across the coast. You can see it, patch, rain from there all the way to over there. So it is raining, so we'll just have to see what happens. Hopefully it won't rain anymore here. I've got a shelter over there, it's like a little cathedral door. Don't know if you can see it. Literally under there somewhere. It's like a little cave, but yeah, probably not good to go under it because the mud might fall on me. But a lot of these cliffs erode, not only because of the sea, I understand that, but I've been watching these cliffs for quite a while now, and where all the drain pipes are, water comes out, obviously because it's drainage for the land, and where that is, you get big wet patches and then slumps where it slides down. So you do get a lot of coastal erosion due to drainage from the fields. So us planting crops so close to the cliffs are eroding the cliffs. But people have got to make a living, haven't they? Farmers have got to make a living, so it's not all the sea. That rod's moving, but it could just be the waves. Is it moving round? No, it's holding bottom. These Leader Icon rods, I've got the I'm using the Mark III's today. I say the Mark III's because I've made 3 generations of these rods. The first ones were well, I don't know really. I think they were just don't know, because the only ones I use now of them are what Elle used, which is the M Sport Match. But they had rubbish eyes in them. They used to pop out if you dropped the rod. The next generation rod, which is the Elite Sport, Elite Power, sorry. I've got a fish on there, right? The Elite Power, they had Fuji eyes. These ones have got sea guides. I've got the Mark III ones, they're the M Sport Power. You can also tell the difference. The M Sport Power has got a flash which just goes like that. On the Elite Power it goes like that and then back up again in white. So there's a difference in the graphic, but mainly the name's different. The Elite Powers have got glass tips and the Powers are carbon tips all through. I've got both. I've got the Elite Power and the Power, because obviously I got the Elite Power first. Only had one, then I got a second. But I did have an Elite Power and a Power. And you know me, like to get two of the same. But since I've had the Kenzaki that Jimmy, thanks Jimmy, kindly got me, I've been using two different rods. And to be honest, this, I've got a bite, I've got a fish. Right, less yapping from me, more fish. Well, you wouldn't believe this, but it's not a blank. I've caught a flounder. Yeah, and it swallowed two hooks. Right, let me get this unhooked. There you go. Look what the cat's dragged in. He's gonna fucking fish to that way, he is, I'm gonna tell him. And then I got the flounder unhooked, I'll show you it in a minute. I've got these two coming now. That's not on the beach. You naked, mate?
That was a bit.
Part behind me.
No, in front. But so this starts, everybody can get out.
She can get out?
Yeah.
Nobody can get out because there's no one there.
Yeah.
There we go. Isn't that little compared to my hound and the rays, but it's great. It's welcomed. It's not a blank. Nice little flounder. And that little greedy bugger took two hooks, but I got him out, and she's no worse for the wear, and there's no blood, so. Look at that, mate.
All right, that, innit?
Hey,
yeah.
better than a fucking greyhound, innit?
Fish is a fish, man, innit?
I don't know about that. Fish is a fish to me. Oh, I can feel the warmth come off this water. Whoa, 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 no, don't. No go. She should have gone back now, shouldn't she? This wave there will tell. She should have gone straight down, hunkered down. Bit of Steve Wallace. Mr. Hunker down. I'll come down again in a minute. Brilliant. So that's the blank done. Got 2 big baits out now. Let's get a ray, sole, turbot, hound, anything really. More flat dabs, flounders, anything. Well, that's out short. Just need to cast out short here sometimes. Sometimes you can overcast the fish. So I've set one out short. It's a 3-up flabber. Plenty of smell from that. I'm now going to get this other rig baited up, and then I'll think about bringing my Kenzaki in and casting that out to the left. You know, my left hand, my right hand. Cut the squid in half and then cut it down its middle into 2 pieces. Put it on there on my own baiting tool, made by me. Crab on, bait elastic. This is how I do it. Oh, come on, you git. This is medium bait elastic, Tronix Pro. It's pretty good, I like it. We're going to make this a compact bait. We're going to tip that over there. Fold that back on itself there. Wrap that in. Plenty round the end so it pulls it in. I can then hook the second hook in that underneath the elastic, get this baited on, pull it off, get the hook, all the crab roes coming out now. Then I wash my hands. And what do we wash our hands in? Well, I'll show you, because you bloody know anyhow, don't you? And that's it. So there you go. I've got Scott down there to the left of me. Looks like he's coming closer to me all the time, but he ain't. I've got both rods out. I've got a fruit flapper on one, squid and lug, and still got the squid on the other. My hip's going. I'm gonna have to take some painkillers in a minute. Rub some cream in. Colour is still in the water, but it's patchy. I'm not really anticipating getting much because we're here at the wrong time of the day, but this was needs must. It's the only time Shane could fish, really. And it's just the way it is. But we'll catch today, we'll catch. It's low water now. Tide has probably started to turn. It's going to be nice day. It's going to be nice fishing in the sun. I've got no lights with me. Still brought a head torch, don't know why. But yeah. I've got another rig baited up with crab on, so we'll bring that in. I don't know what this battery's on. Right. Ah, look at that blob of weed up there. That's going to come undone, isn't it? There's come undone again. Right, we're getting there, aren't we? Sorry about that movement. Now I've got my glasses on, I'll take them off in a minute. I'll walk to the left and cast. I think I've got this casting sorted. That's 3 out of 4 now. Well, is it 3 out of 4? Well, I don't know how many it is. I've had more casts than that. But I went straight. Well chuffed with that. Well chuffed with that. Went out quite far as well. I think I've sorted it now. I knew there was a reason why I kept going left, and I'm sure I still will. We'll just have to see how this session goes, see whether it keeps sorting itself out. Hopefully.
That one went, didn't it?
Well, right there, straight as well.
It was, yeah, it was. Yeah, you can see it all the way.
What an arrow.
Yeah.
Anyhow, look who we've got here. It's the reprobates. Hey? Now then, Scott, the dying question is,
yeah,
have you been in any bins lately, bin diving? Have you got any batteries?
Yeah, have you got any batteries?
No, I didn't get no batteries. Got some lead, but no batteries.
Lead in
Lead?
skip?
Yeah.
In a skip?
Yeah, it's a nice piece of lead. Quite a few chunks of lead out there.
Well, what skip was that in?
Ah, it's a secret one where I go regular.
It's like his fish traps, isn't it? His weight traps.
Which?
I reckon, I phoned him up the other day and there was a voicemail on it. Scott's not available at the minute, I'm out setting me traps.
The River Rumble weight traps.
Yeah,
again.
so I went on
Yeah,
Facebook,
yeah.
and what happened was, all over Facebook there was women, washerwomen, moaning that all the washing lines had gone. And they'll be in nicking the line,
Yeah.
pegging it so
Pegging it
people
down,
cast out,
yeah.
reeling, stag do you.
Everywhere you go on allotments, there'll be none of that wire mesh, will they? We all.
it's all gone.
Oh, you ain't, are you?
Yeah, it's all gone. At least a lot.
Well, at least on allotment you ain't got to jump in a bin.
So,
You want to be careful, mate, 'cause sharp bits in bins sometimes
Yeah.
go straight through your feet.
yeah. There's a big bloody out bin.
But then batteries are still alright, what you got me, so at some point
loads
I'm
of
going to need you to dive into another bin.
I'll get some more,
You got to do a bit of bin diving for me, get them batteries. But
Yeah,
you got to be
loads.
good uns.
Yeah, I've
Don't
got
want
the
shit
I
ones
got
that are-
something. You got me something.
Yeah,
I
mine are
always get the
alright.
good ones for me out of bed. I ain't got it there at the moment though. Gone, so when it comes back I'll be in it. It's
Yeah.
like stock take when they clear out. all
You know
the
what they
crap.
say, Scott, you got to be in it to win it.
Gonna be two in it.
You've got to wait for the stock take to take up when they clean all the
When
crap
there's a
out.
shortage of batteries, mate, you'll be able to corner the market.
Oh, nice.
Battery Baron.
I have,
Battery Baron.
Come and get your batteries.
Come and get your 18650s.
Hey, when the power goes out and no one's got any power.
You just needed a pair of bloody waders on them, mate. You sounded right good.
Did I? Yeah.
Come get my car.
I've got my bird
We like come see my gold.
Yeah.
What was all that about in the 70s? Would you like to come and see my goldfish? What's that mean, Mum? If anyone say to you, do you
Yeah.
want to come see
Yeah.
my goldfish, all puppies,
Yeah,
run.
Run. Yeah.
You want to see
That's
the
how I
bird
fucked me
seed?
hip up.
Yeah.
I must have had one of them
You
faces.
must have done, mate.
Fuck
yeah,
me, the
yeah.
amount of goldfish I saw.
Got some bird seed.
Oh no.
I was watching Minder the other day, and he was Terry had fell out of him.
Yeah, as it does.
Yeah, he'd fell out of him, and he'd got his mate to sell these goldfish for clothing. So all the kids bring the clothing down. I've seen it 20 million times. I'm sure everyone else has, but he'd bring the clothing down. This dad come down and picks his suit off the back of the door and clobbers him. But the idea of this story I'm saying is the fact that all on these boards were goldfish in a plastic bag.
In bags, yeah.
Don't see it now, do you?
No, mate, no.
It'd be cruel, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
The lefty woke liberal.
Look at it, wasn't it? Unfair, yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely fish.
They'd all be out in arms, wouldn't they? They'd be gluing their hands to the fucking pavement to stop you getting near the
saying
goldfish.
that, I mean, 2 days later when you took your goldfish home, it was fucking belly up, wasn't it? You know
Well,
what I mean?
yeah, but that's because you didn't have to. You just had a bowl, didn't you? And if Mum didn't change the water,
that was it, yeah.
That was it.
Next thing you know, your old man was flushing it down the bog, wasn't he?
probably first flushed it down the bog because they didn't want it in the house.
One in the house anyway, yeah.
We also got something in East Park or down the train.
Yeah, there's a few in East Park, weren't
We
there?
used to see them going right. Someone's been to goldfish back in.
Oh, it's so good that my camera in on zoom out.
Zoom out, yeah.
3 videos with my camera zoomed out. I kept saying to Tom, I think there's something wrong with my camera. It must be on some sort of format. And because I had kept the cards. When I give him the cards, he come round the next time. He says, "Give us your camera." I was like, "Oh no, what?" He said it zoomed out or zoomed in, whatever it fucking zoom out, zoom out. And he's like, I'm like, "Oh shit." He said all the time from Whitehaven Pier, and I was like, well, you know, I was filling up. I was traumatised.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
I was like on the floor crying, Scott, having a right paddy.
See, I've got a problem with my card now. My other card, it only said I've got an hour and 5 minutes left, even though I've formatted it.
Is it?
Yeah, whereas this one, I've got 4 hours on it. Do you know what I mean?
How big's your card?
Same as that.
What's that?
I can't remember. Was it 128?
Is it 128?
Yeah, 28, yeah.
I get 5 hours, 7 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I'm touching 5 hours on it, but on the other one, I put it in, only said 1 hour, 5 minutes. I mean, must be some data on it somewhere where it's not took it off.
Anyhow, I saw your video. I saw you was a bit upset at the end because it must have sunk in about this 5 foot fucking lump of me and Shane's. Well, I saw it and said to Shane, "Look at that," and he just saw it.
What do you reckon? It's still traumatised.
It left a weight in the water, mate, when it went under.
I've never seen that like it, mate, I'll be honest with you. I thought it was like, I didn't know if it was like the shadow of the cloud or something, but obviously it wasn't, you know what I mean?
It just reminded me of you losing that cod at the Humber.
That was a nice fish. I wasn't getting all that.
Yeah, you got shit bad luck then, didn't you?
I did know, but that was good. I thought I had the right good one. I did, but I couldn't get it.
What was that? The cod or the...
That cod, that was.
I forget about the cod. It was that bloody whatever it was. Could have been a seal, but it looked.
It looked big, didn't it? It did
It
look
was.
big, yeah.
It looked.
It was going for it.
It was big.
I seem to lose the big one. Just my luck.
It reminded me of something that I was looking at this morning when I was rushing out the van. It was as big as that.
No one wants to see that.
You'll see it in a minute, mate. I'm pulling drop my trousers in and put my cream on my ass.
One.
Oh dear. How big was the cod you lost?
That was a big one as well, wasn't it?
That was big.
Is that a video?
Yeah, it was.
Is it?
Yeah, all
Is
you
that
see
one of
him
the videos?
kicking the cat and everything down the
Oh,
road.
did it?
Yeah. He's having a right paddy.
Been on for about 15 minutes before I turned the camera on.
I bet you didn't shut up about that fish all the way up, did you?
I want to. I was a bit annoyed.
You weren't too fast. It was at the end of your video. You
I was annoyed.
You was fuming, mate.
Yeah.
You would tell the truth, you was fuming in the motor.
I was quite good.
All right, so he's now playing it down.
Playing it cool, he
I
was.
got to remind myself of it, that's why.
I bet you drove past about 6 skips and didn't say stop once.
Not once, mate. He was not interested, Ben, I'll tell you now.
No?
No, I daren't stop the car because then I got out and filled somebody in. That's how worried I was.
And then couldn't have just
Good
said,
job he didn't see a rabbit. He'd have probably gone out and skinned it and had it for tea.
But,
kicked his head in and then turned back to that.
No, we don't have any cruelty to animals, but you can eat them for your tea.
Yeah.
How long were rabbits for tea?
I love a good rabbit.
I like rabbit. I still love rabbit.
Get all my own rabbits.
I used to breed rabbits for a pet shop.
Did you?
Yeah, I had a Californian white, which was a massive rabbit, and I also had Old English and called Netherland dwarfs, and I used to cross the Old English Netherland dwarfs, and used to get up to 11, 13 babies.
Yeah.
And it was going well. It was only as pocket money as a kid, and I was selling these rabbits to the pet shop, and they were good. Everything was fine. Then they suddenly said we can't sell them anymore. Then we've got to get a license for selling livestock.
Livestock, yeah.
In the interim period, they had mated, and I had 13 more rabbits. Well, these rabbits got bigger and bigger,
Yeah.
and my pocket money got less and less. So my dad was out the back, knocking them on the head, and me and my mum were in the garage gutting them.
Well, my
I
dad
was
used to breed
about
rabbits.
13, gutting these rabbits, skinning them. I got all the tails and put borax and everything over them,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
sewed them up for a scooter, you know, them sort of things, because they'd have hanging on the
Didn't
go.
they? Yeah, yeah.
And oh yeah, so we ended up. Short story is 13 rabbits. So we used to eat Billy and Bob and Fluffy Tail every Sunday for what's the dinner, Mum? Well, believe it or not, we got roost, we got rabbit again.
It's nice, though, isn't it?
It's lovely.
nice.
Yeah, but just couldn't afford to keep them.
Yeah, yeah.
My old man could if he'd dubbed into his pocket, but he wouldn't.
My dad used to breed rabbits. He had one big, I think it was in New Zealand.
Yeah.
That was massive, that. Anyway, same sort of thing, mate. And we ended up with 15, 20 rabbits. Couldn't do that, you know what I mean?
Well, we started off with 2 rabbits at Boyd Avenue at Dereham, and these 2 rabbits ended up as 100. We
Yeah, it's
had
crazy,
100,
isn't it? Yeah.
but he meant to do that because our back garden was fenced off and everything, and it was just a rabbit warren in
Yeah,
our back
yeah.
garden. Because at the time, the government was telling people to farm rabbits. That's where the money is back then in the 70s. So my old man did a little tiny small hole in the back of our garden.
So the rabbit,
And,
yeah.
they used. I never knew what happened to him, but I bet you he used to get them dunk
But I remember
and gone to sell them.
my dad saying one night, he said, "That's it, Shane." He said, "I've got to get rid of these rabbits. I thought somebody's coming." I was only young, you know what I mean? Only about 12, 13. Thought somebody's coming to pick them up, you know, take them away. That's it. Oh no! And we had the shed outside out front, and it was a right foggy night. And all in the shed there was the window, and all you could see was this fucking hammer going up and down. It was like a scene out of an horror movie.
Yeah, it's not good.
Fucking traumatised.
Because, but that's exactly right. Because these rabbits that I had were,
Oh, I had a,
they weren't.
yeah,
they
you had some
they were
big-
like this,
yeah.
and I'd built all these hutches for them and everything, and it was costing me. And he said, right, I'm going to do these. He didn't say that, that's what I'd say. He said, look at right. And he said, go get me a mallet. And I was like, you're just going to ring its net? He said, they're too big.
Yeah, that's what my dad said. He tried giving it the old karate chop. He said, and then he put his fucking shoulder out.
Yeah, he
said,
just-
get us a hammer.
It's not good, is it?
It's not good.
I couldn't do it now.
No, not a
If
chip,
I was
no, no.
hungry and we caught a rabbit and I was hungry, it'd be dead, skinned,
Yeah,
cleaned,
yeah.
cooked. But now I don't even know why we just didn't advertise in the paper rabbits,
Yeah,
egg
come
fiver.
together, yeah,
I think he just wanted them in the. I reckon he went to the shop and said to him, "You're not having any more. I want them in my freezer." Because we used to get rabbits and all sorts of things from a bloke called Riku, and he was an old Norfolk boy. But he used to go. He was a like a game kid. He was a poacher originally.
They're the best gamekeepers, aren't they? Yeah.
And he used to get rid of the koi poo in Norfolk. It was destroying all the riverbanks. So he'd go down there, trap them and shoot
rid of
them
the
and
what?
everything. Get rid of the koi poo.
What are they?
Oh, don't ask me. Furry fucking things that live in riverbanks. And yeah,
Something like balls or something.
that's what they're called in Norfolk, koi poo.
What would we call them? In
I
the real
don't know.
world?
Fucking koi poo. I don't know.
What's-
It's a koi poo's a koi poo.
I've
We
never
call
heard
them
of a fucking koi poo.
Google it.
probably
It'll
call them
probably
big-
not even come up. It's probably just a Norfolk term. Anyhow, he used to forget all that. We're going off the right board.
I want
Anyhow,
to know what one is now.
we'd get a rabbit or something, pheasant, anything.
Oh,
Where's
yeah,
this
yeah.
come from? Come from Riku. Right.
Say no more.
Put all the bits on the side of your plate. Okay, Mum. And there you'd be.
The lead shot.
You'll end up with about 10 or 12 bits of lead shot on the side of your plate. And it makes me laugh because you see people now when they eat fish, they're like, because there's a little bone in the mouth.
Yeah, you want to try
Yeah,
lead,
you eat lead shot.
Yeah.
And it was either rabbit with lead shot or it was lamb's brain.
That's
So,
a bit rough, isn't it?
yeah, when the lamb's brain come out, I was always wanting the pheasant with a shot in it.
Oh dear.
Well, I've got a toot rig made up.
Well, I've got
It's hanging there.
I was just saying to the camera, I think I'm going to struggle today. It's not going to be as prolific as it has been.
Is that on?
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's big fish hunting down there.
Big fish.
We aren't dicking about now.
No. You had out yet?
No.
You ain't out yet, man.
I brought that in. That squid hasn't been touched. That last one.
Well, we're off the mark, haven't we?
Alright, rub it in, why don't you?
Well, someone else has done it, do it if it's not. It's not me then. You ain't out yet, Scott? No.
It don't get to me anyway. I'm in the zone today. I'm in the zone. You
It's
can't
only
be-
early though, and you'll be
It's
pissed
only
off
early.
in that.
You watch me go. I'm in the
We're saying so
zone.
many fish in a minute, we're going, whoa, hard enough now. I'm going to go sit down and have a lay down.
Been playing up.
Well, fishing's a bit quiet at the minute, and I can't not walk down to Scott now because whatever he's doing is he's dumbfounded me. So we're off to see what bloody Scott's up to. Scott, what are you doing? What?
I think I found a rig with the line on, but I noticed the line, so it's not, it's just a two.
Can you use them hooks?
No,
You've just dug all that hole. Your arm's gone.
Oh.
Your camera's in it.
Well,
Did you find that Mars bar down there?
Yeah. I've got it on my hand,
I nearly believed you then.
would have been nice if they had. I would have like, there's another one in there. Do you want it?
Is there what, a Mars bar in there for me?
Right in the back. You have to dig it out though.
I saw some line on there the other day and it was just showing up and I thought,
As you know.
but I left the line there. But you got two hooks, mate.
I don't want them. I'll put them in the bin now. The last time I found the whole rig when I dug it out. with the
Yeah,
red
well
top
you'd
on.
think there would be some on that, wouldn't you?
I thought so, but tied it up with it.
Yeah. What rods are you using today, Scott?
I've got the Ron Thompson Accelerator and the Grains.
Don't you ever use that Coniflex Nemesis anymore?
No, not much.
Why not? Is it
Fair
soft?
decent. No, it's a good rod, don't get me wrong, nice rod. Just don't fancy using it. I only really use it for winter, really.
Do you?
3 pieces, you know.
It's a 3-piece.
Yeah. Lovely little rod for winter, like.
That's whipped differently to mine, mate.
Yeah. Crazy, isn't it? When I got it, it was a bit...
Designed in
armour.
Britain.
Yeah,
I wonder if this is the very original.
Could be the original, but...
Is that got? That's got to be it. That's an old one, Scott, isn't it? These
Yeah.
rods been around that long then? It must have been.
But yeah, when I saw it, I think
Yeah,
it's
look at,
I wasn't going to turn it down. I read everyone saying
and it's got the old Fuji BN MGs or whatever.
yeah, I was going to turn it down for the price. It's a bit dirty, like, but I've cleaned it.
The eyes are better than the eyes on mine. My eyes are smaller than them. I'd still change that tip eye because that tip eye,
It's real narrow in the end.
I'd change it to the next size,
Yeah,
next
I'm
eye,
thinking about widening it up. but
because then you won't get no trouble with weed.
no, it's horrible. You have to put a small little clip on to get through it.
You want to keep hold of that? I won't get rid of that one.
Alright, get rid of that. Bargain when I got it, like. Certainly cleaned it up alright. Re-lacquered it the best I can, like.
What'd you use on that?
I used boat lacquer.
Did you?
Yeah, spray on lacquer, I just sprayed it on.
Was it like a thinner type?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it was oil based.
Yeah, it was quite nice.
I tell you what, if you use Bonder Seal on that, Scott, that would come up
Yeah,
It
I
would-
got the stuff out the skip again, so I thought, well, it'll come in handy. Got F1 line on now, new F1.
Don't tell me you got some bloody yacht varnish out of the skip.
It was a full tin of yacht varnish spray.
Yeah, well,
Never
shut
even
up.
used, it wasn't even used. The lid was still on it, still sealed, I thought I'm having that.
Yeah, well, out of a shop.
Out the skip.
You got that out of a skip.
So I did out the skip that way. It's amazing what I've had out that skip that way.
You ever want that Bonder sealed, mate? I'll do it for you.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good idea, that. Nice.
Oh, top.
Yeah.
Because all that would be is a quick rub down
Yeah.
and just do it and it'd be done. That would look quite good.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. That. Nice that. Trying that new F1 line out. It's quite nice.
Yeah, you got that on my, I've got that on my Abus, my 6,000,
Yeah.
no, my Magalite greens,
Yeah. That's
which is, yeah,
half and half.
half and half. Yeah.
I like the contrast. Green and silver.
What side's that off? Is that off an old Rocket? Because Rockets never used to be chrome, did
No,
they?
that's a 7000 too. That's off the
Is it?
Yeah, I know. Magalite it was off, but it was the silver version. But I still got the other half to it, but I thought, well, the other one all I needed to do was put that onto there.
Well, that's got that monomag on, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's the one I still got the other reel and the other two pieces, but it doesn't. I might get it repaired at some point. It's a nice reel, but they're hard work to try and sort it out.
You can get all the bits off. You can get all the spares off eBay. There's a bloke called Frank.
Yeah.
He sells everything Abu.
I'll have to have another look, 'cause I've got a few bits.
You can just buy the whole gears, and it's like 10,
Sales
15
thing.
quid.
Just doesn't seem to be. When you do that, there's not. It's like it's all locked in.
Yeah.
We'll see. Oh, look at that lead.
It's only lead, mate.
No, it'd be nice to have a lead on it. Those one time.
You haven't lost one though, have you?
I only lost one.
You've lost
First
one.
chuck, yeah, my first casting. With that thingy, it just went. Lost the leader line and everything.
Did you?
Yeah, and then I put some new shock leader on and I've been alright.
Yeah, but you didn't lose the one that you come up there.
Yeah, I
and...
got that one back.
Yeah.
I stripped the rig down and put a different rig on it.
When I sort my hip out, no filming me,
No. No need. No
or else
one wants to see that,
I'll moony you.
Nobody wants to see that one. Sort of the clips of the heart, isn't it? Or is that the ass?
Right, let's hope these rods move a bit.
Yeah, get on with it.
See you later, Scott. Right, we'll have another cast. Well, that went straight. It went a good distance. It's not down to the, you can just see the top of the next gold band. So it's gone down quite a way. Not as far as I was casting a few months back, but it's the wrong weather. I've got the wind into my face as well, so it's slowing it down. Once it hits the top and it loses momentum, it'll just drop. So yeah, I'm right chuffed with that. If I keep doing that, and they keep going straight like that with what I'm doing now in my cast, then I'll then be able to start putting some power in it. But improving the technique, that's it. If I've improved the technique now so I'm casting straight, apart from the odd cock up, and those two previous casts that ballsed up because the rod felt so heavy, never felt anything like it. I think technique's getting better and distance will come. It's got to be getting better because they're going out straight now. And I can actually lay the weight on the floor and walk into the cast now. Couldn't do that before either. So now I'll get this baited up. I've just moved back, look. I moved back and thought I wouldn't need to move anymore. What I'm going to do now is bait that rig up and shall reel my toop rig in, and what I shall do is change it, stop fishing for toop. I know it's a long waiting game, toop fishing, but we're coming to the top of tide now. I want to fish 2 rods. See you in a bit. I had a fish on that, but the bloody grip wires didn't release, and I was getting excited but keeping it within, and then yeah, then we'll cast out straight out in front. That was me there, legging my camera. Well, toot rig is the same as it went out. I expect you could leave it out all day. But it's not good, is it? It's got to be the worst session I've had for a long time. But they come. The time you watch this, all their videos would have been out. Shane's had one. Scott's had two. All small fish. Nothing major, so the prescription sunglasses are still going strong, and it's amazing that I can actually wear some sunglasses and actually see out. And with them being sunglasses, it's amazing how much you don't see when you're squinting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this baited up, free up flapper, toot riggers. We'll get another one baited up. Oh, should have fished overnight really, but we're half today. And it's a bit of a struggle. The colour, there's not a lot of colour. It's not brown, put it that way. Scott's had two. He's had a dab and a small dab and a small bass. Shane's had a good size, normal stamp, ray. And I've had flounder. So it's a good job I came when I did. Chap down the other end of the beach, he's had a hound as far as I've seen. I ain't seen anything else come out. My mate who's fishing somewhere else, he's had a bass and lost the best bass he's had all year, so it's not a great deal coming out. It is hard work now. It's 1 o'clock. I think it's half an hour before high water. So it switches on as the tide goes down. Not a lot else I can say really. The old prescription sunglasses are still working. It's amazing when you put sunglasses on. I'm not a man that wears sunglasses, and I do class myself as a man, not a pronoun. But it's amazing how much you can see through sunglasses when you're not squinting. Everything, you can see everything. It's amazing. Especially with these glass lenses siliconed in, I can actually focus on everything. It's just when the sun goes in, I have to take the sunglasses off because I'm not used to wearing sunglasses. Yeah, there is no colour out there at all. Not to speak of. My next cast is going to be dropped in short. I don't know. Gotta get something. Might do a bluey bait next. I've got some lawns as well. Shane's no casting. Oh dear, excuse me. Well, I was going to have a rope rant today, but I ain't. I think what I need to do is just go on the online and go on Google and go on YouTube, put in something I don't like, watch it, and then rant about it. This wind is picking up as well. So yeah, if you're not used to me in sunglasses, I'm sorry, but my eyes, it's that bright at times. I'm squinting and I can't see anything. Well, I can, but my eyes ache. Oh dear, excuse me. Bloody hell. Just have a bite. I just... Shane! Shane! We're all got to go, haven't we? Yeah, anyhow, Friday, going fishing. Wanting to leave at 6 o'clock, or in that ballpark figure. And the wife comes out of work late, which is whatever. She always comes out late. She stops getting paid at 1:45, but then she rolls out at 4:10. I don't know that she gets actually, well, she must get acknowledged or thanked that she's doing stuff for nothing. But then we go to Tesco's, and you know what it's like. You just go in for some rolls and bacon. If it was me, she comes out of a shopping bag full. Little dab, was it?
Aye. Then I snapped off on the next truck.
Did you?
Test out of it. Bed's next to fixing it, mate. But, oh, there you go.
You back all right?
It's easing off now, but I've got the painkillers and the antibiotics going, mate. See that already done. Wherever they are. Right, got right.
It'll come, mate.
Right.
Be going down soon, won't it?
Over here. And none of a doubt. Never know, do you?
No. Yeah, so when the wife eventually come out of Tesco's with a shopping bag, so I knew she'd been buying all sorts of pretty colours and stuff. She's been buying a load of fruit, which will be nice. It'll be nice to have some fruit tonight now, really. But when you're chomping at the bit to get to check the oil in the van and load the van up and get yourself off to fishing, because the sooner I got here, the sooner I could go to sleep. Some friends then turned up, got out of the car, parked alongside us right in the middle of the road through Tesco's, and just started talking to us for another quarter and a half, 20 minutes. So I just give up the ghost. And then when we Karen got some money out to get some chips, it was a mad rush to the chip shop because the motorbike in front I recognised from last week. He went to the chip shop and we both turned up at the chip shop together, and I fucking nearly bundled the wife out, but saying, get out, get in there, and she just made it in before them, so in the queue. Everything just went wrong, or it seemed to anyhow. But there, I was ranting about that yesterday, but today I'm just looking at it and thinking, know what I'm doing, though. Right, well, we've got prawn on this. Not just one prawn, we've got 2 prawns. So felt good, but went to the left a tiny bit. Tiny bits don't matter. Right, what can I put on now? I'll just put a squid on. So, basically, lay your squid in your baiting tool, wrap the end round with the elastic, and then use like that. Wrap this up. Take that off. Put that through the pointy bit. Make sure the hook's protruding. Stab. Round the end a lot because that's where the second hook goes in. Try not to stab yourself with the hook. Second hook in. And there you have it. Well, I'm not holding out for much hope on a last cast saviour for me. But you never know, dear. So we'll get this reeled in, bait up. I've got it baited up already for a 3-hook flapper. It's going out short. Last week I was catching rays out short with a 3-hook flapper. Ray after ray. This time, very little. So let's see what's on it, if anything at all. It's been a glorious day. It's been an absolute glorious day. It's been cold at times, but sun comes out, it's red hot. Fishing, was it? You tell me how this happens. How's that gone through that swivel? Can I get it out now? So that weren't even fishing. Right, well, you know what? That's going back out. I was meant to put that rod away then, but I'm not having that. A bait's been out there. It's 2 prawn on there. I wanted to see what it did like. But what a day it's been. It's been hard work. It's been absolutely brilliant, glorious air. It's been lovely air, but I mean, the session that I did with where I caught the big hound, that was a better fish. That was a better fish, but the Mayrop was terrible. I've caught 1 fish in this, but it's a flounder. It don't matter to me what sort of fish it is. Fish is a fish. But whereas I had a better fish in that video, I had all that Mayrop, which was purgatory. Today has been a nice, pleasant experience on the beach. It's been really nice. A bit of company. Obviously, I've got company because I've got the lads there, but. So all in all, this has been a better fishing trip than that one. But just lately, with what we've been catching, it makes it hard work. Makes it really hard work, because once you get a taste of catching lots of fish, or good fish, you want more of it, don't you? But I'm afraid that's not fishing. getting tired now. I'm still hard at it, trying to bring you a fish. Well, trying to bring myself a fish, but it's not happening. It's not happening. It's one of them trips, even on my favourite beach. Are you on?
No.
Well, I reeled that kennel rig in,
Yeah.
and the hook had gone through, you know, the Gemini pulley bead.
Yeah.
It had gone through the swivel on that. The hook, the main hook, not the shitty hook,
Yeah.
the main hook. So that was out there the whole time going on. So that got unhooked and belted straight back out. Cast went well again. I think I'm there now. I think if I keep doing what I'm doing now, it'll get better.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I've just chucked out the flapper rig, so
Right up.
I'm gonna start tidying up.
Yeah,
It's been an
yeah.
absolute fucking shocker, hasn't it, Shane?
It's been hard going, mate. Yeah. It really has. I mean,
Obviously, you being the king captain cod, you've had two, haven't you?
I've winkled two out by look or by crook, but yeah, it's been a struggle, mate. I mean, I said on the start of my video, you know, we're not expecting like a really prolific fish fest like we have had, you know what I mean? Because of the timing, you know, time of day, colour of the water and all that sort of
It's
thing.
like Mediterranean, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, and I don't profess to be an expert because I'm not far from it, but we know we've had the better sessions fishing late into the evening or into the early hours of the morning, haven't we? So. But it's been good. I've enjoyed it. It's been great. It's been great actively fishing for tope this time round, which has been pretty exciting. It's, you know, it's a new.
Hit and miss, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be hit and miss. Yeah, yeah. But it's.
I suppose they're a
Another
solitary,
aspect.
they're a singular fish, aren't
Yeah,
they?
they are very solitary. Yeah.
That's the word.
Yeah. But that's been a good laugh. Been a good laugh with you and Scott again. Always is.
He's still at it down there, isn't he? Look, he's backing up, but he's still got that hard bait out.
He's got his last rod out, hasn't he? He won't give up.
Go on, give your channel a shout out, Shane.
Don't forget to give us a subscribe and a bit of a watch and a thumbs up and ring my bell. I love my bell being rung for all them notifications. So yeah, if you don't mind.
And there you go. And if you don't, you give him a view anyhow.
Yeah.
But there you go. So next time you see me, I'll be reeling my rod in, swearing at it in my breath, and yeah. I've took some more paracetamol. I had to think then and remember, because I'd have took some more otherwise. So hopefully that'll get me up the hill. been hard work. That's fishing though, isn't it? Not so much catching today. Look at this. This is why there's no fish, because they're all had the dinner and breakfast. Look. They've already had their crabs. I'm chucking crabs out there left, right and centre, and they've already had their fill, haven't they? Anyhow, I'll get that put away, this rod put away, and then I'll bring in the last rod and that'll be it. Well, this has been Vern Sea Fishing here on this beach today on Saturday the 23rd of July. And yet again, I haven't said this, but if you like this video, please consider subscribing, and if you don't, thank you for the view. Shouldn't I say that at the beginning, really, shouldn't I? If I did. And this is it. Scott's caught a seagull, we untangled it and saved it, and it flew off. Bit me loads of times. And that's it. Not a lot else has happened. I've had a flounder, Scott's had 3, gurnard, bass, tiny, dab, tiny, and Shane, raying a bass. But that's it. So yeah, I am absolutely knackered. I'm worn out and it's been a hard session. So all I can say is thanks for watching if you've got this far. And the next time that you see me, we'll be on a beach. It'll be on a beach on this coast as well, because I'm not going away yet, but I will do. And I don't know why Scott's dancing around like a fairy, trying to put me off. But there you go. So next time you see me, we'll be on a beach. It'll probably be on this coast, and when you see me, it will probably be dark, because that's the best time to catch a fish, I've realised today. So I'll see you anon.